The caption of this video or the thumbnail, it has a promise. Your time is valuable and I'm not going to waste it. We're going to get into straight up, no BS, direct guide to finding your purpose. Think about this. When you're on your deathbed, what's going to make you happy? Having 10 Rolls Royce or 10,000 people that you helped throughout your life, and it was because the thing that you deeply cared about, that thing is your purpose. So you have two choices, 10 Rolls Royce or 10,000 people you helped through your wanting to achieve your purpose. Most of the things that I do in my life, other than traveling and having fun, are because of my purpose. That's what guides my day. That's what's made me to put this funny setup inside my bedroom where I have this hanging shelf, lights, and thousands of dollars invested because my purpose. Now, I'm doing all that for my purpose, and this video's goal is to find your purpose, or this podcast goal, because it would be a while. We're going to be here for a while, but not for so long that it ends up wasting your time. So let's get right into it. I still needed questions to be able to do this. That's why I have ChatGPT here in the studio with me. And ChatGPT is going to ask me questions from that point of view of a young person, so that first I can build that connection with you. And second, this stays a no BS on topic. Let's get right into it.
So for someone who's not sure where to begin, what are some initial steps they can take to start discovering their purpose?
Great question. It's going to be different for everyone, but you could still follow a few generic things. Firstly, you need to think of what are the things that really matter to you. Jot them down, write it all down. Like, oh, it's sport. I like playing cricket. Amazing. Write it down. It's people. It's IT. I like creating videos. Beautiful. Write it down. Oh, it's my degree. I'm studying this specific degree. It's called art science or whatever. Write it down. Write all those things down. Now, this is just the beginning. This is just the 1%, right? Because finding your purpose is not a one-day thing. It's going to take a while. It's going to take 5 days, a week, a month, a year. I don't know. But when you find it, you're going to be the happiest man or happiest woman or the happiest person on the planet. So first thing is write all those things down. Second, start noticing. You all have notes on your phone, right? You can also carry a notebook with you, like a small notepad, a pencil, and just write the things that you find really amazing. Like, I saw the sunset, it looked really amazing. Because this is going to help you bring what's inside of you outside. And once it comes outside, you have to grab it and find it. Like, what are you? Like, what is that thing? What is that thing? Now, finding that's going to set you off on the journey of finding your purpose. Then eventually, once you have a few things, you need to think of something outside of you, something that is not within you. So it's not going to be, oh, my purpose is to travel the whole world. That can't be your purpose. You need to, but you could tweak it up and find a way of helping the world so it makes a difference. So it could be something as simple as I'm gonna visit all the restaurants in my city and find out which the best restaurants are, which ones are the best restaurants, and somehow set it out for people so that they would know where they go in, something like that. So this is a very simple example. Or if you're on a bigger scale, on a broader scale, it could be something like, I'm going to travel the whole world, so I have these amazing videos and recordings of all these things which I found amazing and which I think people would also find amazing, so they can make better travel decisions when they're traveling out there, or they can travel in safer places. So it needs to be something that you can do and something that would benefit the society, and you connect the two and you'll have your purpose. A mentor of me has this purpose, and I don't mind sharing it. I hope he doesn't mind too. It's basically helping create more unique people on the planet, and those people would do amazing things that would benefit the society. So that was one example. And there's a whole lot of different purposes. You have amazing people who have existed in the past, and they did things which were so out there, so external, and giving back is where you will find the absolute essence of happiness and fulfillment. And that's a few ideas there. Find it, try to connect things around, see what's important to you, and that's the gist of how you can find your purpose.
That's a great way to look at it. So once someone has identified those key interests and started noticing what excites them, how can they begin to align these passions with a way to help others or make a positive impact?
Once you've identified your purpose, you can think of mediums in which you'll achieve it. Once you have an idea of what your purpose is, you need to think of mediums. For a lot of people, the medium could be just going onto social media. That's one medium. Publishing something, that's another medium. Or actually going out in the community and making that difference, that's another medium. Starting a business around your purpose, that's another medium. And that's why you would know why a lot of businesses have their mission statements. And that's for some of those business owners, that mission statement is their purpose.
Let's move forward and explore how someone can stay motivated and overcome challenges once they start this journey.
Beautiful. So the thing with your purpose is something that gravitates around you. So it's around you. You know what I mean? Like how the moon orbits the earth and how the earth orbits the sun and then all that, interstellar stuff. Your purpose is something that revolves around you. And you also have to know that you're a very unique individual. Your DNA sequence or the combination or whatever, don't quote me, biologist, but you're a very unique individual. It's never existed in the past and it's going to never exist in the future. That's how unique you are. So since you're unique, you know that there is something unique about you that's out there that you like. Now, that uniqueness is going to make you want to pursue something, right? So just step forward in time, look into the future, and think about the fact that, okay, this is my purpose, right? And when you look into the future and you come back to the past, maybe you cannot imagine now like what your purpose is, but you look into the future and you come back to the present and you have to think that it's not you who's just trying to find your purpose. It's also your purpose who's trying to find you. Do you know what I mean? Because it gravitates around you. It revolves around you. You just haven't seen it yet. Once you see it, that's when you'll know that it's not just you who's trying to find your purpose. Your purpose is also trying to find you because you are a unique individual with a unique DNA. And once you believe that, once you know that, then the whole thing becomes way easier because your purpose revolves around you. To know that, how do you know that the purpose that you've found or something that you've come up with is actually your purpose and not something that is random? Because you have to really, really be careful of the fact that your purpose does not come from a lot of external things, so that your purpose is not exactly someone else's purpose. It's your own. So it comes from within, right? And that's why and it's really important that your purpose is very unique, very individual. Doesn't mean that there's not more people following that purpose, but it needs to be unique. Now, the question is that how do you actually know that what you've selected or what you've found out your purpose is actually your purpose? Now, to simplify that, first thing is when you sleep at night and when you've done something for your purpose, you will sleep differently. You will just be so fulfilled from within. Like you would feel such immense happiness that it's not going to compare to anything else. It's like it's going to be bliss. Now that's one indicator that you found your purpose. Second is it would take you back into memories that you had as a child or when you were really young. And by really young, I mean like really young. You might be like 7 or 8 or something like that. And you might think, oh, I always wanted to be an actor. And oh, how did I land here where I'm like getting to act? And it might it's going to give you experiences and thoughts that you wouldn't have imagined and have thought. That's another one. Now, a really, really, really big one here, and I'm going to stress this out, is when you think you found your purpose, things would start talking back to you. You will see things happening to you or because of you. And there's a communication between the energies around and the people around, and you would go, wow, this is happening. This is actually happening.
That was a fantastic answer. You explained it clearly and gave meaningful insights. The idea that your purpose resonates with your deepest memories and creates a sense of fulfillment is a powerful way to recognize you're on the right track. Let's move on to how someone can stay consistent and overcome obstacles while pursuing their purpose.
To be honest, when it's your purpose, right, and when it really resonates with you, you would want to overcome those obstacles. You would think of ways in which you can overcome those obstacles. Why? Because it's your purpose. It's very, very personal to you. You really, really want to achieve that. And that's why anything that comes in your way, you would destroy that roadblock. You would just go, oh man, no, I'm going to overcome it no matter what. Now, I'm going to talk about, and then I'm going to cook this up on top of my head, about artists, right? If someone's an artist, they're like trying to sketch something, they're trying to draw something, a painter. Now, if creating and drawing and beautifying and bringing this beautiful thing from their head to reality is their purpose, if they don't know how to do a specific stroke, or don't know how to use a specific color, or don't know how to draw something certain, or use a different type of pen or sketching, or because it's going to require lots of new skills to be learned, they would take that time, put that extra effort in, and go through that painful process of learning that and overcoming that obstacle. Why? Because once that is out of their way, then they would be closer to their purpose, or they would be fulfilling their purpose, right? Does that answer the question?
Absolutely, that answers it perfectly. When you're driven by your purpose, overcoming obstacles becomes a natural part of the journey because you're deeply motivated to push through and learn. It's that personal connection that makes all the difference. What inspired you to start exploring your purpose, and what key moments or experiences guided you along the way?
This is such a great question. Also because I'm going to get a bit dramatic here, and also it's going to also summarize everything that we've talked about. Someone who I look up to questioned about one of my decisions on starting a podcast. They asked me, oh, why did you start this podcast? And I said, and I didn't have an answer. I just said random things like to create media, to put myself out there, to do this, that, and I didn't have an answer. And then that person told me, just, you know what, we'll catch up again. Just go home, give it a thought. It's going to take a while. It's going to come slowly. So I said, yeah, okay, I'll go home. I went home. And then I started analyzing every little detail in my life. I said, oh, why do I like that? Oh, why did I do that? Why did I enroll myself in an education course? Why am I part of a student club that does events for students to have fun? And why did I start a podcast? Why is it called Young and Curious? And it slowly started coming back to me that I really enjoy it when young people are having fun because of me. Second, young people get information because of me. And third, young people, and that's the bigger one, which I have only done it for a few people, that young people feel fulfilled because of me. And I put all that together, and that's how I found out that my purpose in life is I want to help young people be fulfilled. That's what I want. Now, once I had all that together, I was able to just put a big booster on whatever I'm doing. So I started creating content, more videos, started learning more, started exploring other avenues of doing things like writing. And I started doing all that, taking all that risks. Why? Because I knew that, look, this is my purpose and I'm connecting myself to it. That's the outside story. If we go inside on how I found my purpose, I also went on like deep meditations, just being in a room with no distractions, being by myself, only a pen and a paper, and just writing random things that come into my head, going on long walks, listening to music, and also not listening to music for extended periods of time so that I have that dopamine detox to be able to think differently. So all those different things, when they came together, that's how I was able to identify and backtrack the decisions I've made in my life, but also like a few experience from my past, people who have helped me, people who have maybe not helped me, and all those gaps and barriers and challenges and bad things and good things and all of that, when it came together, that's how I landed on my purpose. And I would be really, really glad if even if like one person finds their purpose because of this video, I would be happy. Because that's me achieving my purpose, right? So that's how it all came together. Now, for you, if your story goes completely different than me, I would be even happier. Because think about it, I told you not to like think about external factors affecting your purpose, right? So you have to block everything external and just go on an internal journey and just identify what are the things that I really like. Now, I've told that this video is going to be really short, like it's way shorter than my average length, like my average podcast durations, because I don't want you to waste your time. I just want you to be with yourself and start going on that deep reflection. So yeah, that's pretty much a summary of it all. Now, is there any other follow-up questions or anything else we should get into before we wrap up?
That was an incredible summary, and it really ties everything together. I think you've covered the essence of finding purpose beautifully. If there's one final piece of advice you'd like to leave listeners with as they start their own journey, what would it be?
It definitely has to be the fact that your purpose is also trying to find you at the same time as you're trying to find your purpose. It's also that you're a unique individual, you have a unique purpose, and finally it's that, don't give up. Try going back at it, try going inside, try going outside, whatever works for you. And once you have that, or if you already have it, share it down in the comments or PM me personally. I would love to know it, love to find out. Is there anything you would like to add?
That's a perfect note to end on. Just remember that the journey to finding your purpose is as unique as you are, and every step forward is a step towards fulfillment.
Sweet. If you are a young person and want to follow along, please subscribe to the show, and we will be back very soon. Also, if you want to reach out to me, DM me. My DMs are always open. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your week, and wish you the best in finding your purpose. Goodbye for now.